Hello there, beautiful Simmers. Today we'll be going over the Sims 4 High School Years expansion pack build by items. This expansion pack retails for $39.99 USD. However, every few months the EA app does have sales where I've seen this. I believe the lowest is $16.99 USD. If you do decide to purchase this expansion pack, you can use a creator code. While it doesn't give you a discount, it is a way to support your favorite creators in that it gives them a small commission. As we go through these items, I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions, and I'll be telling you how I personally feel at the end of this video. Let's get into it. We're starting off with a bookcase here. This one looks like it would go in the library, obviously. I've got a lot of books, and I do like on the other side you can see that it's actually the paper. Now we do have a bookshelf that you could put in the dorm room or in, well, not a dorm room, but I mean, you could use it as a dorm room, but I don't think they have dorms in this pack, not too sure. But anyways, we have another bookshelf because we can never have too many books, right? And you can add some things to these shelves as well. There are some empty spaces. I personally would have loved to have empty books and then them put in ourselves so we can put wherever we want. But I do like how they all look different. We do have a vending machine and an outdoor trash bin, another outdoor trash can. And then we do have a megaphone, or not a megaphone, it would be like a PA system, like a loudspeaker. So there's that. We've got a few different swatches of those. And then we've got a old record player here in a few different colors. Now these must be some sort of awards or something that you have to earn because they are lit up or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. We do have some wall lights here, and this one is a ceiling light. I mean, it's not too bad. It's a bit different from what we have in the game. And then we've got this one here, a little light fixture, and this one's kind of fun as well. I do like this one. And I do think we have another light similar to it. It's a wall light, but I'm not sure which pack that comes from. We have a desk lamp as well. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Then we have like a little, I want to say like an awning, but like for a bus stop. I mean, are we really building that? I feel like we don't have enough space to really build a whole bus stop, but whatever. And honestly, I didn't get on the bus like that. Anyways, we've got a bunch of lockers. We've got a few lockers by one another. And then we've got 4. And then we've got 2 lockers by each other. And then we'll have even 1 locker. I feel like we could have just had the 1 locker. And we could have just put those beside one another, you know? And we could have had 3 different other objects, so there's a critique there. Now we do get some books, and then we do get a new plush, which is cute. We've got some signage going on. I couldn't tell you. That looks like it's supposed to be outdoor for the school sign. Then we have some pom-poms, which I imagine would have been kind of difficult to make. We couldn't spin that around. We've got some banners. Well, I don't know exactly what you would call those. I'm called it banners, but then we have a school crest here, and we had to move that light out of the way, but we're going to go through the swatches of this crest. So you can have all different mascots or just a crest, you know. We do got more items here. We've got some boxes. It looks like it might be boxes of school supplies or whatever. Then we've got more books and homework, it looks like. I'd always fall asleep sometimes when I would be laying on my bed doing my homework. We've got a megaphone for the cheerleaders. Yes. And then we've got some art supplies, it looks like. Now, I hope that's not just a clutter item and that we actually get to interact with that, because that'd be awesome. We've got some more school books, which does make sense for this pack. And then we have this giant flying monster. I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be a mascot, whatever. We've got some trophies here, and these ones you do have to earn. I'm not sure what they're... Oh, there you can see one's for football, one's for something else. I don't know. But we do get some new shades for windows. It looks like we're just getting one height, at least for now. We do have a new mirror as well. And I just love when they put the stickers on or the writing on it. I think that's so fun. We've got a wall full of degrees and awards here, which is a nice touch. And of course, we're going to have some posters as well. You can see some anime and some movie posters, all that good stuff. Oh, look, we've got some school posters here, which works great in this pack. And then, oh, look, there's that flying monster again. I'm not sure what the actual name is. We do get some new plants. This looks like it would be for outdoors, but I suppose you could always size it down and use it as an actual decoration. The same goes with this one. And you can see there are some designs on that cement pot there as well. So that could be kind of fun if you size it down and, you know, just adds a little more character. Now we've got a little cafeteria, which is cool. And then we've got this thing for prom. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I just know that it's supposed to be something for prom. I'm not sure if it's a speaker or a podium or what, but we do have those decorations, some awnings for, or not awnings. We've got some banners here. Oh my gosh. Does the football team run through them? Huh. Okay. That would be cool if they did. I'm wondering if they do. We have a football here. This is kind of cool, a little party decoration for the prom, but I hear prom is like every week, so that's kind of crazy. We do get some more degrees up here, or diplomas, whatever you want to pretend they are, or awards. And then here we've got like a basically tryout for cheer or an advertisement, whatever. And then we do have this star banner, which is pretty cool. Another award we do have, or another degree. We do have a lot of them, you know, because we're super smart. We have a podium, which is great. And then we've got a few different dance floors, I believe this is. And yeah, it's just kind of... Or are these for practice? I can't see. Okay, this one looks more like it's for football practice. So I could be wrong. At first I thought it was a dance floor. We'll have to pause and see. But anyways, we got a teeny tiny one, and then we've got a football. And then we've got a punch, but you'll see that later on, okay guys? I didn't have the cheat on. So we do get a microphone. And then we get a couple different chess pieces here. We've got a circular chess table, which is something we have not seen before. So that's very nice. We've got a whiteboard here, perfect for this pack. And we do have stalls, which is a nice touch to this pack. And I do think these stalls are a lot nicer than the ones from the Discovery University, if I'm remembering correctly. Now we do have a new sink here, and it's nothing too fancy at all. Then we do have like a project display table for school projects, and of course a trophy case. I was actually at a old school a while back, and they had trophies that were real silver. Was it silver? Yeah, from the 1920s. That was crazy. I guess it depends on where you are at or where you grew up or whatever, because you know there's residential schools and stuff like that, and it's crazy to think about the things that have happened and all that stuff. Anyways, we've got a desk, a table, desk, and then another table for our punch. So yeah, I don't know. I had a fondue thing at our prom. It was kind of, or it was like chocolate fondue. Is that what it would be called? Ugh, I don't know. Anyways, we've got another table. This is a smaller prom table, so this is kind of fun. And then we do have these matching chairs, which I've honestly put with vanities because sometimes they're just kind of fun to do that. You could also use these for weddings. Then we have another chair. This would be a nice desk chair for a desk at home or something like that. Then we have, of course, a school chair, which it looks like it goes with that round table in the back, not to get confused with the prom table. We do have a desk chair. Did you guys, like, some of the classes that we had in school were tables and some of them were desks, but the chairs were it was all one. So yeah. Then we've got this weird thingy, and then we have a twin bed. Of course we do. I feel like bunk beds would have been cool for this pack as well. I feel like I say that quite a bit, but I do love this princess bed. It is gorgeous. Don't you just agree? Like, look at how fun. I love it. And then we get this fun bed as well. It reminds me of macrame, to be honest. And then we have this one. This one kind of reminds me of macrame as well. So we've got 4 twin beds. And it would have been kind of cool to see some of those as a bunk bed, you know? I love this wardrobe because it does have a little mirror on the side, and we are getting some marble. And then we do have this wardrobe too. You can see some of them have flowers and some of them have stickers, which I think is an adorable touch. This dresser here looks like we can store some things in on the side, and then it does have marble. It's got some cute swatches. I'm really loving this. We have another wardrobe, and this one is pretty as well. I feel like these are very girly, catered towards the girlies. Represent. Okay, we've got another dresser, and that matches the wardrobe, and that is very beautiful. I feel like this pack is missing a lot when it comes to guys. I feel like it was very catered towards those who might love more feminine items, I guess I should say. We do get a wastebasket and a chandelier, which is kind of fun for teen bedrooms. And we did see another light like this one earlier, but this is just of a different height. Now, this one, I guess you could say would be more for a teenage boy room, but then we do have some swatches that are more feminine as well. And we did this one, but I guess I'm doing it over again for some reason. Maybe because I thought it was so pretty, I had to do it all over again. No, I'm just kidding. And then we do get some canopies. This is going to look gorgeous over the princess bed, and I am so excited to have this item. We get 3 different heights with it, although I've noticed that for some beds it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, even when you're using the longest height. Like, I don't know. I did use it for like a double bed or a full-size queen, whatever. I don't even think there are king-size beds. What about if we had a round bed? Actually, I wouldn't like to really decorate with that. That would be kind of hard. But this lamp is pretty cool. I do like that. And then we have this fun heart neon light. I think that's pretty awesome. Then we do have this other lamp here. And this could go for either or gender, you know, whatever, non-binary, what have you. We've got... Okay, so we've got some clothing items here for a store. Now, if you've got businesses and hobbies, you might like this, or you might not even need this at all. Or if you don't have it, you can just totally pretend, because I don't have it. That's what I'm going to do. And then we've got, it looks like some coffees and... yeah. Now we've got a divider, which is actually cute because it's got the little lights, and then it has the pictures on it. And then we've got another clothing rack. I guess getting school clothes, you know, that makes perfect sense. And I've already started making a little clothing store with it's the get to work. Yes. Then we have a toaster alarm clock. It's kind of fun, out there, different. I do like when they do unique things with these packs. I think it is awesome. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that was, but this is a neon sign with a monkey, and that's pretty cool. cute, you know. We do get another rug. And then this one, we're gonna go through the swatches. I love the flowery swatches. I think that's beautiful. And then we do get another rug. This looks like, honestly, it looks like it's supposed to be one of those furry type rugs with like way too much fur on it. You know what I'm saying? That rug right there that we're seeing, I love that first swatch. And then we do get some fun swatches of it too. You know, like we got an egg, we got a cat. It's just random, you know? We do have this typical rug, which you can always size down and use as a bath mat and a mat to put in front of your sink, because that's what I do with those sizes, not gonna lie. We've got a pile of laundry here, and then we've got another pile of items, which is awesome. We don't really have too much of that. Another clothing pile. And then we've got cute little trinkets, a rose, beautiful. These are all cluttered items that are put together, but I would like it if they would separate them and we could put them where we please. That's just me personally. Now we do get some stuff to shave and some makeup items to do makeup. Of course, what else would you do with makeup items? We do have another mascot here, a lumberjack, I'm going to guess, and we do have that monkey as well. Oh my gosh, this would be so cute in a little preschool. Yes. And then we do get some new curtains. Did you see those bunnies? They're so cute. I was expecting more swatches, but whatever. We do have these ones go with the princess bed, in my opinion. I think some of the swatches for that work perfectly. And then we do have two different heights for these curtains. And then we get these ones as well. This one would work good with the bed that I said looked macrame. So I do think that some of these items are very cohesive and meant to go together. But where is the more masculine items? I'm not seeing a lot. We get another curtain. And this is cute, kind of random, very ruffly, filled with bows. Then we have a longer curtain. And then we do have another macrame one. So this is actual macrame. Macrame is fun to say. So we do get two different sizes of those. And we also get another mirror, which again has some stickers on some of the swatches, which is pretty fun. And we have a third mirror. This is a full-length mirror, and I do think that these swatches are very fun with the kind of rainbow thing going on, but with the different shades, you know what I'm saying? We've got more posters, and then we got the periodic table, and then it looks like some wall art for outdoors. And then we've got a menu here, some CDs, records, photos, ribbons, some more items for restaurants or like a little cafe. And then we do have neon signs. I am a huge fan of the neon signs, especially when we can have fun decorating bedrooms and whatnot. We do get some food stands with this expansion pack. I almost said kit. And then we get a photo booth, which is going to be so much fun. I hope. I don't know. We get two photo booths actually. Probably one for different schools. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. We do get a new tablet, and it looks like the teens or children can use this to do other things, to do more interactive things with, whatever. We do have a little bakery stand, and then we've got this little drawer type deal that you can put some random things in. I don't know how to describe it, guys. We do have this, and it looks like it's for selling merchandise. We've got another dresser, and this one actually I think would go great for a more masculine theme, or it could be feminine as well. I do like this shelf here. And then we have this one, which is more princessy. I feel like could go with the princess room a little bit better. But I feel like we're getting a lot of shelves, a lot of wardrobes, and a lot of dressers. And when I really feel like we don't need to have as much of that stuff. We've got like these little cubby type dressers. Now here I believe you can put plants as well as hang your clothes. So I do know that you can hang your clothes on it, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Now we have another clothing rack, which I just think it's kind of interesting that they put these, I guess school shopping, but still. We've got a little secret cubby drawer here, which is kind of fun. We've got another one you can make modular. You know, I do like the whole modular idea. I'm a huge fan of the Dream Home Decorator. Those items, they just go together so well, so I love that. Here's another item to hang clothing from. And then we do have another modular piece, but for some reason I could not get it to go where I needed to. I guess that one just goes strictly on the wall. We've got another desk. And then we do have fun swatches to match some of the furniture that we do have. Now this desk reminds me more of like an air hockey table. That's the vibe I'm getting. I love this desk. I think it's so fun. We've got a little shelf and we've got a little cubby area. I think that's so cute. And then we have a more delicate, more grown-up desk, but like I said, very delicate. And then we have a desk that is kind of modern, kind of just very out there, but it does match some of the bedding and dressers and wardrobes that we've seen earlier. We've got some coffee tables here, and some of it is just so random that it looks like what is going on. We do have a new side table, and I think this is perfect for the pack. I just absolutely adore it. This one I feel like is a little too old for the pack, but I would have liked to see more fun items. And here we have, I don't know if this is supposed to be a side table because this is huge. But again, it matches some of the items that we'd seen earlier. I don't know why I'm going through this one again. Apparently I was feeling very square. Ha! Okay, we've got another boxed item, another side table, and another side table, which, yeah, I can see. I guess some of these are going to go with the beds, and you know. And if you guys want me to set up like a little room, that'd be kind of fun to do. But you'll have to let me know. We do have more side tables. We got a round one, and then this one looks like it could actually be a table. Another side table. But the thing with the Sims 4 is that the side tables are often so much bigger than the couches and beds that it's just insane. So we do have a little ottoman, I believe that's what they're called, and a little love seat. And this one's super cute. I want to put this for outdoors on a nice little deck or something like that. We do have another couch, which I think it's kind of fun that they throw the blanket on there. And then we do get a computer chair. I think this is more for like the gaming chair, but I do like some of the swatches. I really am fond of the flowery one. I wish we would have seen more of those swatches. It would have been nice, but that's okay. And I wanted to show you guys the back of the chair as well, because sometimes they have different designs on them. Then we do get another computer chair. And this one is just kind of basic, but it does match some of the items that we've seen. This chair is like supposed to be fuzzy, but I feel like the texture is just off. Like, I know it must be so difficult to nail that texture, so I guess that's okay. We do get a bar stool here. It's, you know, it's whatever. And then this chair, I actually kind of like this chair for a table. I mean, it's not quite a folding chair, but it's a little bit more. This couch looks like it's a more sophisticated version of the blow-up chair. And then we have this chair, which I think is so fun to put out. And I wish we would have gotten lights on all of the swatches because I absolutely just adore that. But, you know, it is what it is. And then we've got a little footstool or a little chair, like a little beanbag type chair here. Again, I feel like a lot of these items are more so catered toward those who are into girly things or more feminine Sims. We do get a double bed, and I guess some of the swatches are more masculine. Here is, well, we do get, it's like we do get some of those same bedding swatches on that one. Interesting. Now we've got that princess bed here, which I absolutely adore. You know that. I know that. And then we have this one. You guys, which bed are you liking the best? Because I think these are really fun, you know? I think they did a great job on a lot of those. I just wish we would have gotten a bunk bed, because I feel like a high school pack would have needed a bunk bed, you know? We do get another chair, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be for like a desk or what, but yeah. Now I'm going back. We do get a laptop, which looks like you need to complete a skill to get. Now I'm trying to hang some clothing items up and go through the swatches so you guys can get a great idea of what they all look like. And I'm not leaving them there. I wish we could hang up more items, but I don't think we can. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. And I would like for the Sims to be, but look at this. Like, you see how some of it's hanging off there? I don't know. I guess we did see, you guys, we even get a ladder, but not just any ladder. This type of ladder is meant to go on the outside of the house from your teen Sims window, and so that they can sneak out, I'm assuming. Because when I first placed them, I had placed them in the middle of the room, and when we do that, it's just a regular ladder, you know? And I was like, okay, that's kind of underwhelming. What was the deal with that? And then we get some vinage here, and I just think that's really cool. I think they did a great job here. This is the type of creativity I am looking for. I want stuff like this. And you know that it's meant for them to sneak out. You know what I mean? I love it. Here are the swatches for those sneak away ladders. Okay, so we've got 4 different heights of those, and I just wanted to show you guys those 4 heights. Isn't that crazy? We've got one that's super tall, right? And then we've also, and I'm assuming that the kids are going to be able to climb down these, but you shall see. And then this is like a little wall decoration, and it does match the floor tiles that we have. It matches them very, very nicely. All right, we've got some doors here. This looks like the entrance for a school or a store building. And then we do have an awning. It looks more like it's supposed to be for outdoors in my personal opinion, because it does look very stony. Now we do get a new wooden door, because of course we do. Now this one I can appreciate because it is more, it's a more teen-like, more expression. And I love that. I absolutely love when they put that in there. Now we get another door. This looks like it could be a door for a classroom, to be honest. Now another door as well. And this one actually has a little sign on the outside, so I guess that's a little differentiation there. This door could be for the store, or it could be for a front of a house, but I just wanted to show you guys the back of these doors as well. So we're gonna go through the swatches of that one door so you guys can get an idea of what the back of it looks like as well. See, told ya. I like that they utilized both sides of the door instead of just the one, so you could really customize it. Well, you can't really customize it, but we can pretend that our teens customized it. So I had to double check and make sure that other door was the same. Now we do get some freezes, and these I just have to slap on like that. I did figure out if I build another level on top of a level that you guys can see these a lot better. So yeah, hopefully I remember that for next time, right? Now we do get some, this looks like a little spaceship to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like a little boulder spaceship. But they look like they're supposed to be for outside of the school, whatnot. But I'm curious to know how you guys would utilize it. Now we're getting into windows, and we have so many swatches of these windows that I just had to go through like this because I simply did not have the time. Forgive me. Now, this one's kind of fun. I do like the turquoise and white swatch that we had seen. I think this is kind of fun. Now, I don't know if I just double swatched those. No, I did not. And I was trying to figure out the difference between the two, but yeah. Anyways, this is an odd looking window because it looks like it wants to be a door, but just never got finished. Oh my gosh, yes, we've got a sim around that just never finishes projects. Perfect. That window's kind of nice. Actually, it looks like it could be a classroom window, which, you know, that's what I'm thinking of. I guess it doesn't make sense for this pack, and I'm trying to see what the difference is there. So yeah. And then as always, I show you guys the back so you can get a better idea of how all of these items truly look. Look at that. I love the little latches and the little hooks. Oh, so fun. I love the details. Live for the details. And I tried to show you what could work on circular walls or whatever you want to call it. Now here we have the columns, and I do actually appreciate these columns. We got some nice designs on there. I think that's really cool, a really nice added touch. We're getting into walls now. I actually like these. I think they've got a cool tile design up at the top, and then we've got the regular tiles down at the bottom. Now if you notice, some of these tiles have an upper portion to them, and some of them, I guess it's just this one, has a different color at the top. I'm not really sure if they're just trying to bring out the accent of that yellow, but I don't know why they then wouldn't put an accent of yellow here. I don't know. I don't know why they do what they do. Anyways, moving on. This one's kind of an interesting pattern up at the top. And then we've got a pattern down at the bottom as well. And it is color blocked in the middle. And then we're moving on to brick walls. If you notice, the top and the middle as well as towards the bottom, the brick pattern changes. It's kind of interesting. Now we've got some of that same brick pattern but in different colors, and then we've got more brick walls here as well. We've got some blues, like a bright blue, and like a red, orange, and white, of course. Now these two are so similar, but I don't know if you can tell. Are you picking up on that? They're just a shade or two different. Very, very close in color. It's interesting how they do that. I don't know. I don't know. Do they just like pick it? Like, I guess I understand, like, you'd want something white but maybe off-white, but then it's just too close together. I don't know why they do that. I guess you can use that for dimension. Like, we've got these two shades here that are close enough, you know. You can use that as dimension, I guess. But I'm gonna zoom in here, and you can see some texture there that gives it more of a realistic appearance, and I appreciate that. We've got some very beautiful wallpaper here. I love this because it's filled with such fun colors and so bright and nice designs. Very cool for a teen room or a teen hangout, I guess you could say. And then we've got some brick wall in the middle, and then if you notice up at the top, we've got the different colors at the top, and then that top matches the base, as well as there are some designs. I will zoom in for you guys. In the middle, it's just kind of, it reminds me of a fan or something. I don't know, a hill maybe, kind of like a sunset almost. I don't know what it could be. What does it remind you guys of? I don't know. It's kind of interesting, right? Okay, I cannot get over how fun this wallpaper is. I love how the top is a basic color, you know? It's just all one color, and then all of a sudden we get some rainbow action, and then it's just kind of dripping down. I think that's super fun. You could also use this in a kid's playroom, or you could use it for a teen room or like a fun hangout spot, maybe like a lobby of, I don't know, a fast food restaurant that you want to make. I don't know, something fun like that. I cannot get over it. I think it's so cute. Kind of reminds me of like the Kylie lip kit lip drip. All right, we've got some floor tiles here. Now, actually, they say that it's a carpeted floor tile. I don't know. I understand what they were going at, but this just straight up looks like tile. I don't know. I think they could have done a better job at the texture if they really wanted to, because I know the type of floor tiles that they're talking about. I mean, you do have them in a lot of schools, so it makes sense that they would have it here, but it doesn't, they should have just categorized it as tile, because I don't know, my mistake, guys. It's Copperdale. Dang dyslexia. Copperdale, not carpet. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing, you guys. Okay, well, that is so embarrassing. But I'm not gonna redo that because I've already had to do a lot of refilming today. I ran out of space, and yeah, it was a mess. Anyways, I decided to put together some of these floors, how I imagine are supposed to be put together, so you guys can get a better idea. And of course, we do have the plain tiles that are like this, you know, so this is just utilizing those tiles that have more of that color in them. And the weird thing to me is when you go through this, let me show you, they're not all categorized. Like, why would they not be in the same? There's just no rhyme or reason. It seems like they're just thrown in there together, which I don't like. That's just me personally, and that's me being picky, but I like to have them categorized, you know what I mean? We're stepping on into stairs, and I love that in this expansion pack we have the railings that match perfectly with the staircase. Oh, isn't that awesome? So yes, we do have quite a bit of colorful stairs. They do go well with some of the wallpapers that we got. Those kind of muted colors, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got that muted, almost like a peachy color here, and then we've got, of course, this darker color, and then yeah, I really appreciate how they correspond well with one another. I'll just zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit of that texture better. You can see there we go. You see that? Nice, right? We've got another staircase here with the railings, and they go together beautifully. I cannot get over that. I love it when they make things match like that. Like, they're made for one another, and I just appreciate that so much. One thing that gets me though is when we take a look to the side, we've just got, I don't know, I wish that the rest of it would have matched or maybe been solid. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the bricks on the stairs, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. Now I'll zoom in so you can get a better idea of what some of that stairway looks like. Now they are tiled, of course, and then I'm just going to show you right here. You can see some of that. I don't know if that is supposed to look worn or if it's just a little bit of textured color, which I'm thinking it's a little bit of textured color because none of this is like chipped or anything. So yeah, I'm really impressed by the stairs and the railings. We do get some fencing and gates with this pack. Here's one of the fences and gates that we get. Now, if you zoom in, you can see the little hinges here, which I think is a very lovely touch. How the gate is supposed to open, not entirely sure, but these are kind of, I feel like, a little bit simple, but they do have some multi-tones to some of the gates. Some of them are more fun colors and others are your simple earthy tones. And then we've got one like this. Aha, there's the latch. For some reason, sometimes it will show you on the other side. It's all where or how it decides to place it. I don't know what else to say. It just does that. But I do think some of these are cute, and I do think that this would be kind of fun to do. Like, you could switch these around, make it opposite. Like, that's something you could do. I know that doesn't exactly look the best, but I don't know. It's just something to play around with. And then next we have these beautiful stone fences, and we have these gates as well. Now, the fences only come in like 5 swatches, but the gates actually come in 13. So I set them up where I think they go together and match each other, because you see this part right here is part of the gate. This is the fence. So I do think that they're supposed to be cohesive with one another. We do get another fence, which I'll be showing you later, but that one's a little odd because it doesn't have a gate for it, and it's a very short fence, like one you would trip over. But yeah, we do get that. You can see the little hinges here are super fun. I live for the details. You guys know I love details. So you can see like it's supposed to be iron in the middle, but it does, I don't know, it seems like it does give that stone effect. And then I zoomed in really close, and it's almost like a marble, not quite, but almost, you know? And we do have a bright blue with some gold accents. And then again, we've got like the turquoise and white. I do think that that would have looked better to have that all in white. I don't know, that's just my opinion, but it is what it is. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Like, we only get one gate swatch for this dark color here. I don't know why. It's just so odd to me. Sometimes I feel like there's no rhyme or reason in why they do what they do. Here's that other fencing that I was talking about. It just looks like something you would trip over, in my opinion. Now, I tried to pair it with some gates that I thought matched it, and like I said, it's really an odd thing to pair with a gate, but some of them go quite nicely together, and I did pair the nicer gate with them. You'll see some more of that just so you guys can get an idea. But I do think the little squares right here of those pops of color, I think those are very nice. I think it's kind of fun, adds a little something extra. Now, we do have some more where you can, you know, utilize different gates, but I do want to point out this looks more like a green, like a mint green, and then this one looks like it's closer to turquoise. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're real picky about that kind of stuff. Some of these are just a tad off. This one, of course, you can see the different, like the peach color and then the orange there. So it's just, I don't know, it's something to play around with too. And then we have this orange one. Like I said, you got the gray, but I did notice there were some fences or some gates that were left out, and those are these ones right here. We've got the brown, black, and the really dark charcoal gray. So it drives me crazy when they don't properly utilize items. You know what I mean? Okay, so I did pair the bigger fences or the bigger gates with these fences, and I guess I don't know. It's just a little bit, like I said, it's too tall. Like, I think I guess I'm not really sure what they were going for. And then sometimes it glitches every now and then. I feel like after the new update it started doing that, but I mean, the colors go together nicely, so there's that, right? I mean, it was kind of fun. It's just kind of strange to me. I don't know. It would be cute for like a perimeter around a garden. That would be adorable. Now we're going over the styled rooms to give you an idea of how you can utilize these objects. Of course, a lot of you know how to put a room together, a bed, you know, nightstand, whatever. But yeah, I'm also going to give you guys my thoughts on this pack. I said a lot as we gone through it, but like, look at that. I used a tall ceiling, and what is going on there, you know? I don't know. I think we got a lot of wardrobes in this pack. Maybe a little too many for my personal opinion, but I do love the marble. It's getting modern looks. So you could probably achieve some of those looks if you wanted the modern luxe kit, if you don't want to purchase this one. But I do think this is a nice pack. Like, I like a lot of the stuff in here because I feel like we don't have enough for children's Sims. So that's my personal opinion. You guys will have to let me know yours in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.